So tell me about your show about Devious Maids. What is it about it that you like so much?
I love that it's a groundbreaking show. I love to be on a show with 5 Latin women as the leads. It's never been done before, and it's a success. I think we were really worried that, you know, no one would watch, and then see, we tried to do it. Doesn't work, nobody wants to see it. So I was really pleasantly surprised that people really do care about the show and are rooting for the show. Not only the Latino community, who kind of gave us the hardest time at first, but across the board.
And you have such a great producing team as well. Tell me both about Marc Cherry, obviously, but also about Eva Longoria and the role she's had.
Marc Cherry is an incredible man. He knows his tone. He knows how to write what he writes. He writes for women fantastically. But he doesn't know how to write for Latin women necessarily. So here comes Eva, and together they're like the yin and yang. She can really give him the flavor, you know, that is missing, and turn it into something real and beautiful. And they're just a perfect combination. And then she came in and she directed a first episode, and she was so fabulous. This tiny little thing, just in control, commanding respect. Knowing how to speak to the actors. She just seemed to enjoy herself. The crew really respected her, and the episode turned out beautifully. So it's really inspiring to watch her do that, really.
Would you like to see her as a guest star?
Absolutely, and I think she will. We've been trying to convince her of it. She's just debating on whether she wants to come back as Gabby from Desperate Housewives, or just a whole new character altogether. So that's sort of like, you know, which avenue do we want to take?
Were you a big Desperate Housewives fan yourself?
I was. I got in late in the game, though, so especially when I heard Vanessa Williams was joining the cast, that sort of was my favorite, because she's my pal, and I watch her do anything. I could watch her read the phone book. I love her.
There's another TV great who's in your show, Susan Lucci. What's it like working with her?
Incredible. She's so kind and funny and sweet. She loves the show. She believes in this show so much. She's our biggest champion. And yeah, she's just this sort of, again, this tiny little ray of sunshine and positivity. And, you know, when we're all like, ugh, down, you know, we're in Atlanta, and we're kind of like, oh. She's like, come on, guys, we're going to do a great job. Isn't this fun, you know? And she's right, you know, she's right. It's not that deep. We're making a great show, got a great cast, like, suck it up, let's have fun. We're doing something really fun.
How do you manage with your own family, with your children? Have you moved everyone to Atlanta? Do they come on the set with you? How do you do it?
Yeah, we moved to Atlanta, and you know, we're gypsies, you know, the kids, they're young enough so that it's still okay. I don't know, next season is going to be a little bit more of a hardship, but we'll cross that bridge when we get the pickup. I'm hoping they move the show back to LA. But it's you know, these are good problems to have, really, truly. You know, I'm doing a show that I love, with a cast that I love, with a network that I love, and who really believes in us, so can't complain too much.
Everybody always dreams of working on a TV show or being part of the TV industry. Tell us a bit about the downside. What are the things about it that you don't love so much?
Having to move out of state, you know, I think that's, with all the different states now giving tax incentives, a lot of it is moving out of LA, where I live, or New York, where I live, you know, so for me, those are where I have my homes, and I have my setup, and I have my families to help me take care with my kids. It's really difficult when you have young kids to be away from the family. It breaks my heart. So the more the incentives are not given in these cities, the more we're thrown all over. That's a difficult part. The rest of it, honestly, there's long hours, but everybody works long hours, and You know, something that it's not going to sound like it's a hardship, but there are things where you become a family and you meet these people and you fall in love with each other and you are so close and you're creating something really wonderful, and then it ends. And then you don't get to see these people anymore as much, and they sort of fall away, and that's really hard because as much as you say, oh, we're going to keep in touch, we're going to keep, oh yeah, you just kind of don't ever, here and there, a Christmas card. But you lose these people that you were so close with. And I have to say the one thing that has not happened to me with was Ugly Betty. I mean, Ugly Betty, we are still, America's my son's godmother. Judith Light is her husband is my son's godfather. Little Marc, who played my son, Marc in Delicato, I talk to him at least twice a week. I see his mom all the time. Marc, Becky, all of them. I mean, we are family for real. That was a unique experience.
Do you think Ugly Betty was a real breakthrough in regards to, like you're saying, Latina people?
Yes.
Right.
I think Ugly Betty was the breakthrough. I think Ugly Betty made way for shows like Devious, Maids, and everything like that. It was a truly multicultural show on so many levels, on every level, guest stars, everything. You know, it had the element of that, though, because it took place in the fashion world. So you could have any walk of life come in and be this really broad, incredible character. So it was just a really exciting show, and the opportunities to do great TV were there, and I think we took advantage of them as much as we could.